learning in my class is actually really easy because Jesus was the ultimate public relations professional. And we incorporate a lot of ethics, we incorporate foundations of responsibility, open-mindedness, all of these case studies that go into a campaign, and we make sure that we also tell students that we have a moral obligation to a corporation or an organization. So incorporating personal faith, combining ethical statements, this is all really, really important, and it happens every day in my class.
It's just helping students understand what the scriptures say about how we should view learning with God's eyes.
And I don't try to tell the kids this is how you have to believe on this, but we try to say, okay, this is the parameters of what Scripture teaches on these subjects, and so this is how you would apply Scripture to this topic or to this topic or to this topic.
We start the course by having people examine their worldview, by talking about what a worldview consists of, and then having them look at their own. Not really trying to tell them what theirs should be, but the teacher can, and usually does share their own worldview. And then through the course of the curriculum in the course, there's places where we talk about ethics and morality, and relate that, to Scripture, and so there are several spots. Well, in the paper itself that they write at the end, they talk about how they would express their religious faith living in another culture and in another country.
And the Bible is given to us so that we can understand God's big story, what He is actually doing in His creation right now. And it shows us where God is in that plot. We're in between the first coming of Christ and His return.
Every Monday we have call a little sermonette, a little devotional. What I do with them is we'll just use a little scripture, and I'll tell them exactly what the scripture means. So this is the interpretation of the scripture. And then we do the application of how does it apply. Okay, this is what it means, but how does that apply to you as a young man playing baseball at Missouri Baptist? How does it apply to us as a team? And
so teaching the overarching story of the Bible helps me to teach students, this is what's actually happening. You may have a story, or you may be trying to write your story, but you need to know this is the story, the big story. And teaching the Bible helps us to help students see their lives in light of God's big story.
At Missouri Baptist, if we pump out kids that have, got a 3.8 GPA and they have high ACT scores, but they're not quality young men and quality young women, then we're not doing our job. I think that takes precedence, and we use athletics and academics to help these young men and these young women become the people that they're supposed to be.